there you are, YouTube. Doodle 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 doo. Subscribe if you're interested. Hey, we are going to do a random ranking today, and that random ranking is going to be Criterion themed. And we're going to rank those movies based on their cover art. The cover art is what got me into the Criterion collection. Oh my goodness, I'm knocking stuff over. Yeah, I don't know. That's what appealed to me. That's I think how I got into it and started collecting it. I don't have a massive collection or anything like that, but it was the cover art that caught my eye, basically. But yeah, I got my Criterion collection right over here to the right of me. Let's get to picking some movies. Oh, actually, I just realized something. I don't have all of my Criterions over here, because I have some Criterions that won Best Picture, and those are over there. So I need to pull those out and add them to this collection over here. Okay, wait, I feel like I already did this one. What? I think I already did. I must have accidentally put that one back. Okay, picking a different one. All right, there we go. Oh, why did that happen? I don't know. Did I? No. Okay, I know what I did. All right. Sorry, I'm bringing that one back in. And that one was Easy Rider. I was thinking I ranked this cover before, but I didn't. I ranked it as a movie. Before I started ranking the cover art, I was just ranking the movies as movies. So that's what was confusing to me. And I must have put those back into that pile over there. All right, here. What am I doing? All right, there we go. So, what do we like about this? We got this road right here broken up through the stripes on the American flag. We have the stars up here and the stripes over here. We got that font. So this here, if I am correct, was part of maybe this was bought on its own, but I'm pretty sure this was part of a larger collection. Like a box set, a Criterion box set with other movies, and I got this from a video store, local independent video store that was going out of business, and I think maybe they bought the box set and then broke up the movies, because I'm pretty sure that's what this was. Or maybe, I don't know, it's just so like flimsy to me that it's hard for me to believe that this is how it came, but maybe it did. Maybe it was sort of like an experimental sort of packaging that they were going for, but I'm pretty sure this does exist in a box set that is available in the Criterion collection. But anyway, this cover, yeah, I like all of that. I think I wish, but maybe this would be cliche or obvious, I should say. I sort of want there to be motorcycles. Just because I think when we think of Easy Rider, not only do we think of the American flag, but we also think of motorcycles, and we're not getting that here. The fraying of the flag right here, that's nice. I'm not sure what we're looking at here. These rivets. Anybody know what these are? It's not coming to mind from my memory of the movie, but do you see that? It almost looks like rivets or something. Maybe that is part of a motorcycle. I don't know. But red, white, and blue. In the white here, I don't know if you can tell, is very off-white. It's kind of like a very, very soft tan, like a cream almost. Okay, next we have, this one's one of my favorites ever, Repo Man. I think this cover is fantastic. That green, that ecto green is fantastic here, and the way the punkness of the skull comes from a Los Angeles map. So what we're seeing here with the spiked mohawk, what we're seeing across the skull there, that is a map that we're seeing there. You see that Los Angeles map? And then the Repo Man font is good. Yeah. That C right there, that Criterion C in that bright green is so good. Just that contrast, the bright green and that black are perfect. I'm going to show off the spine a little bit there. There you go. This was film spine number 654, but I like that this is all matte. This is like almost like semi semi-gloss, and this one is matte here, and then the next one we have, well, I'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, I was really drawn to this here, texture, to this cover art. This was one of my favorite purchases based on the cover art alone. I wouldn't mind having this as a print hanging on my wall. Can't say that about every single one of them, but this one definitely would make an awesome poster in your room. Okay, next we have The Player. I haven't opened this one yet. I have seen it. I actually really like this movie a lot, especially that opener long take is, you know, just classic. But yeah, okay, so we have the noose here portrayed as a film strip. And then we have the font, the text going through it here. The gold, The Player. The gold will make you think of Hollywood, the Oscars, things like that. And then it looks like we have Tim Robbins here. His silhouette, very soft. Now, I like this, but I think... oh, by the way, this is a Robert Altman movie, so everybody's going to be talking all over themselves. It's just overlapping of dialogue. Is this my favorite Altman movie? MASH or The Player? What else? Popeye? I don't know. Let's see, what else has he done? Prairie Home Companion? I don't know. I haven't seen all of his movies. Gosford Park, I know that's not my favorite one of his. It's probably my least favorite of his. But yes, I really like this movie. Actually, but that's not the point of this. We're talking about the composition. So the middle here, this goes straight down the middle. Then we have this loop here, and that is going through it, which adds a nice 3D quality through the overlapping of this piece of film is overlapping the text, but over here the text is overlapping the film there, so it's giving us a nice sense of depth. And the shadow, let's see if I can figure out the shadow here. It looks like the shadow is going over. The shadow does sit on top of the text. It's very subtle. Can you see that? The shadow does sit on top of the text, which means it's also sitting on top of the film noose there. It's fine. I guess, its simplicity, but it's not necessarily like, oh, I love this, you know? I don't know. I love the movie, but I don't know. It's just hard to praise this when we have this. That color contrast is so good. The skull is just so striking. That skull and profile is so good. Very punk rock. And then, yeah, I don't know. How are we going to rank these? Let's try and figure this out. Okay, I need to look at them all three. So I know what my number one is. Repo Man is going to be number one. That's very easy. Hey, look at that. Repo Man and The Player, the profiles are both looking this direction. You see that? It's pretty cool. So now I just need to figure out if I like Easy Rider or The Player more. I think at first glance I might like The Player more, but if you really look into and break down this image, there's more going on, more interesting things going on. The Player might be just a little too simplified for me. I like that the road is broken up through the stripes that we're seeing, and I like that the fraying down there at the bottom of the flag, that is interesting to look at. It's not an overly, it appears to be a very crisp, graphic, flat image when it is flat, but I mean, I guess we have the perspective of the road, but I think the strings that we're seeing dangling from the flag there add quite a bit of appeal and interest to this that you don't quite get unless you sit with the image a little bit. Same thing with the side here, the border. I don't know what that is. It looks like rivets or something like that. Something to do with the motorcycle, perhaps. I can't remember what it has to do with the movie, if it does have to do with the movie. I also just like the font there and how the font color is the same as that sort of cream background. And also, if you take a look at this, you can see it's like divided, almost like a folded poster. Can you see that subtle line right there, and then this travels up and actually can see like a fold again right there. It's very hard to see, but I like that little detail as well. And I'm just not seeing details like that here with the player. I think it is just a little too simple for me. So I think what I'm going to do, Repo Man, definitely number one. And then I'm going to go Easy Rider. I like that cover next most next. And then the player, unfortunately, has to go there at the end. Really love the player, but when it comes to the cover art, I just can't rank it number one. It's got to be Repo Man. Look at that, right? That's one of their best covers they've ever done, I think. It's just so striking. It's just so eye-catching. It's punk rock. I don't know. I like it a lot. Anyway, my question to you is, have you seen these three movies? And if so, what do you think of them? And also, what do you think of their cover art? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. And perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.